An Edmonton mother has been charged after leaving her 3 children in her car. This also comes less than a week after an Ontario toddler died under similar circumstances. And while Lloydminster emergency responders say they haven't dealt with calls like this yet in the border city, it is a real danger that people should be aware of. Bart Pediasic has more.
Cody Barrio prepares his ambulance and gear for an afternoon shift as a border city paramedic. He's trained in the dangers of heat and says if you're not careful, it can be deadly.
Basically, it gets really hot in the vehicle and your body's, if there's no cool breeze or anything going in there, your body's unable to give off the heat, and body temperature just builds up, and with kids, a high temperature can often cause seizures.
Barrio says when emergency workers get to a scene where a child is left in a hot car, it's important to act quickly.
Remove them from the environment, take off their warm, sweaty clothes, start cooling them. We can put cold packs to their cores and stuff like that. I can start IVs, give them some fluids.
And it doesn't matter how hot it feels outside. Just like a greenhouse, temperatures inside a car can rapidly rise.
You've got to remember in that vehicle it's going to be extremely, if it's 32 degrees outside, it's going to be extremely warm inside, and then that individual will be some sort of respiratory problem.
Chief Norm Nammer says the rescue squad's first job is to get the victim out of the car. They have special tools to do it quickly.
They're called a center punch or a window punch, and what we do is just place it on the corner of a window and push in, and it's a center loaded punch. It would explode the window, it would fragment the window, and then we would just take that window out.
At the end of the day, Barrio says people should use common sense when it comes to their kids.
Just pull them out and take them in with you. Think realistically, like, would you want to be stuck in a vehicle, like I said earlier, with no cool air, cool breeze or anything like that? So if you wouldn't want to do it, I'm sure it's a bad idea to put them in too.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
With the warmer weather, people are spending more time outdoors, but without the proper precautions, it could be dangerous. According to the Canadian Cancer Society, roughly 6,000 Canadians will be diagnosed with melanoma this year. Megan Willis has more on how to protect yourself this summer.
It appears some stores in Lloydminster are having trouble keeping up with demands for sunscreen as both the temperature and UV index ratings rise.
Due to the higher demand right now from nice weather, we've sold out of our sunscreen temporarily, but we will be getting more in soon.
If it's too late for sunscreen, Sangster says there are products available to soothe and repair your skin for burns that aren't too serious.
I'd recommend the aloe vera products immediately for healing the skin. Either the spray or the gel, and then once the initial healing is coming better, if it's still dry or needs more healing, I'd recommend adding the vitamin E cream.
Using sunscreens, gels, and lotion on your skin can help prevent and treat sunburns, but when it comes to sunstroke, most healthcare professionals would say that it's mostly common sense.
Most important thing is replace fluids, get in a shade, stay and wear a cap if you're going out. Don't take chances. Cover your head.
To avoid heat-related exhaustion and sunstroke, there are simple ways to keep safe, but staying hydrated is one of the most important things you can do.
You have to be unprotected in the sun and also not drinking enough fluids. And when I'm talking about fluids, I'm not talking about tea and coffee or alcohol. We're talking about actual juices and water.
Some common symptoms of sunstroke are headaches, vomiting, fever, and disorientation. If you or anyone you know are experiencing symptoms, you are encouraged to seek medical attention. Dr. Saeed has one more piece of advice.
And of course, if it's really hot, better to stay indoors.
Megan Willis, Newcap News.